Cut! All right.
Malcolm Lee has quietly become an elite director in Hollywood, fueled by an impressive track record of quality films such as Undercover Brother, Roll Bounce, Roscoe Jenkins, The Best Man series, and now Barbershop: The Next Cut. The New York native shows no signs of slowing down. When Ice Cube put in the call to direct The Next Cut, Malcolm was confident that he could answer the bell. His first challenge was blending an all-star team of talented actors and comedians. Then he had to craft a delicate balance of serious issues like youth gun violence and the witty comedy that the franchise has been famous for. We caught up with Malcolm in LA. Check it out.
Yeah, and then after a while you should leave also. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, look. I thought you were gonna... But you know, I read it, I said, oh, let me read the script. And he told me it was by Kenya Barris and Tracy Oliver, and I love Blackish, so I said, well, let me take a look, and I read it, and I thought it was great. Great new characters, you know, very emblematic of the Barbershop franchise, that it was a lot of conversation about, you know, a lot of different topics, and it also was dealing with the current situation in the inner city of Chicago, which is gang violence and gun violence. So I said, well, I was very intrigued, and I said, well, let me see if Ice Cube and I want to make the same movie. He and I never met before. He's a producer and the star of the movie, so if we weren't going to be on the same page, there's no reason for us to work together. And we were, thankfully, because I'm a big fan of his, and he reportedly was a big fan of mine, so that's how I got involved.
You're not going nowhere. Not this weekend. It's too crazy out there on them streets.
But Dad, there's a 3-on-3 tournament this weekend.
I don't care about no basketball. Do you know your mama found gang paraphernalia in your drawer? In my house. Now, how am I supposed to trust you?
Man, this ain't fair. None of my teammates got to deal with these stupid rules.
You know why? Do you know why? Because most of those knuckleheads ain't even got a father to look out for them anyway.
But they look out for me. When I'm at school, my boys are the ones that got my back.
Who you talking about? You talking about Kenny? You think that's your boy?
Man, why you always got to say something about Kenny? Aren't you and Uncle Shaw like brothers? Why you always tripping?
Hey. You watch your mouth, Jalen.
I pride myself on being able to balance, you know, the tones of a film. I feel like as long as the tone of the film is grounded and real, and that people are playing it in a very real way, then, you know, anything goes. I mean, like, I try to liken my films as a slice of life. You know, I have very funny people that are in my life that make me laugh every day, you know, but life happens in a lot of different ways. You know, there are tragedies, there are funny things that happen, there are things that trip us up, but it's all part of the same, you know, experience that you're having. And I want the movie to feel that way. So, yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, I want the audience to never forget that they're in a comedy. Even though we're going to deal with some serious issues, we're able to pull that off.
Look, Eddie, you once said that the barbershop is the pillar of the neighborhood.
Damn right.
So we use that. Right? We turn the shop into our safe space for the weekend, right? Neutral grounds where both sides can come together peacefully.
I like that.
Yeah, turn this place into Switzerland.
Exactly.
Ain't no way in hell the South Side is ever gonna resemble any parts of Switzerland.
Look, we could try to get both sides to come together and agree to a ceasefire. And then we can get the Chicago celebs to tweet about it and talk about it, get them to support.
That's good, Gerard.
You know what? He's right. That means that we have to give them something to see.
Yeah, maybe we could just give away free gifts, like a radio promotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who's supposed to pay for these free gifts?
Dre's right. We need some incentive to bring people out.
Yeah.
I don't want to state the obvious here, but this is a barbershop. We could just do what we already do. For free.
You know, the casting process was interesting on this because we had to bring back a lot of the cast members, and we definitely had to have Ice Cube and Cedric, and we're so fortunate to bring back Eve and Sean Patrick Thomas, as well as Anthony Anderson. But the new faces, you know, there was an audition process, and we made sure we really got really funny people. That was my goal. In order to make this movie one of the best or on par, I wanted to make sure that we had really funny people that we cast in the film. So, you know, J.B. Smoove came in and he really wanted to be one stop. Deion Cole, who has got his rise with Blackish, and he had been in the previous barbershops, but in very small bit roles, and he's much more prominent in this as Dante. And you know, of course, we've got Regina Hall, who's also I worked with twice before. Nicki Minaj, the part of Drea was written for her. I was surprised that she was interested in doing it. She actually pushed her tour in order to be in the film. Margot Bingham is a great actress that's coming up, as well as Ukhtar and Buttkar. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Common, who is, you know, really the epitome of Chicago. You know, he is the real voice of Chicago. So we were very fortunate to bring him into the film and have a great relationship between his character and Cube's character, who are both fathers trying to work things out with their sons and be there for their sons.
When Kenny's mom asked if he can spend the remainder of high school with us, I was cool with it. But since he's been with us, he's done nothing to help out.
Yeah, come on now.
It's like we have 2 toddlers in the house.
It's a new situation.
It's not
no,
a new
it is
situation.
a new situation. It's taking a little
you
time.
being
You
too
know how long
soft
he
on
was his
him.
mother?
I understand that.
All right, y'all. Tear to the side. Yo, do y'all need a minute? Because we'll all leave.
You know what? I'm going to leave. It's like love and hip-hop reunion in here.
It's a home away from home. Turn that up! And these aren't just friends.
Come here, girl.
They're family.
Check her out.
Oh, there is a guy. Send me that.
The only man that you could trust is the one up above.
Each one of y'all want a super thug that's got 3 degrees from Harvard. Meanwhile, you pass up corny dudes like Gerard every day.
Barbershop, the next cut is in theaters now. If you haven't already, go show your support. Toney Perkins, RETV.